The next context we're going to do is speed time. So this is, take note, this is very, very common. Many questions are speed time related. So speed time is just like common sense by the time you are Sec 3. Okay, so you cannot be telling me you don't know speed time, then you need to go back primary school. Okay, so we have a story here. So Singapore, Kuala Lumpur, 315 kilometers apart. Then the average speed of a plane is 350, so fast. Is more than 350 more than the speed of a car. So and they say average car be x. So the speed of the car is x, the speed of the plane is x plus this. Okay, so let's look at what they ask you. Write down expression in terms of x, hours taken by the family if they choose to travel by aeroplane. So the aeroplane speed is x plus this. So if you want what you want time, right? So time, you just distance divide by speed. So that's why you can see that it's distance, which is 315 here, 315 distance divide by the speed of the aeroplane, and you leave it like that, is fine, because they say in terms of x. So this is already in terms of x. Just take note that this is hours. Okay, because the speed given to you is per hour. Okay, so second part. Then they say travel by plane instead of by car. They are going to reach Kuala, spell wrong, sorry, 3 hours and 15 minutes earlier. So the plane clearly is going to be faster, right? And then from there, they ask you to form an equation. Out of nowhere, see, again, out of nowhere, I need to form an equation. So equation need to equal some stuff, right? So you need to, this is by experience. So if one of them is faster by 3 hours and 15 minutes, you look at the thinking part I have here. The time difference is 3 hours 15 minutes, which means the longer time minus the faster time is going to be equal to 3 hours 15 minutes. Now there's a lot of traps here. You notice that our time is all in hours, and here we have 3 hours 15 minutes. We cannot have an equation where it's 3 hours 15 minutes. It needs to be hours. So it's 3 point something hours. If you put it in fraction, it's 15 over 60 lah, because 1 hour is 60 minutes, right? So this is our fraction, 3 point something hours. So when we form the equation, the slower one, which is the car minus the plane, is equal to 3 plus hours. And this expression here is your fractional algebra, which is our chapter 1 part 1. That's why that part is very important. So same thing, if you know how to do this, what I do is I change the mixed fraction and then I simplify. I simplify it. On the left hand side, I combine these two into the same fraction. I simplify it, and after that I'm just going to cross multiply, and I reach this, expand the bracket, shift everything to one side, equal to 0, and it's exactly the same. So what I do is I always bracket shown, and then the next part, as you have guessed it, solve this. See, exactly the same. So to solve, simply take the ABC, put the formula, press the calculator, and again take note, the question says 2 decimal place. I give the long decimal, and then I round off to 2 decimal place. Okay, eventually what do they ask you? They ask you time travel by aeroplane. So aeroplane will be this one, right? So it's 315 divided by x plus 350. So see, 315 divided by x plus 350. No, now which x do I use? I have the 79 point something, I have the negative 400 something. So what is x? So x is here, average speed of the car. So how can the average speed of the car be negative? It makes no sense, right? So clearly I'm going to use this. But do I use this? No, I use the longer one. So here, see, I use the longer one. Count, eventually I'm going to get 0.7 something, but this again, this is in hours. Be careful, the question says in minutes, so there's a lot of traps here. So this is hours, I need to times 60 to get minutes, and even then after that I want nearest minute. So from the 44.0 something, I need to round off to 44, which is the nearest minute. So that's how you do it. So let's go for the last one. So after you do, you should try this example, which is right behind it yourself. Okay, so at this point, I'm going to hold on. Okay, I'm back. Sorry. So we are going to do one last context, which is the rate and proportion kind of context. So in this one, I choose to use the tap filling, some water filling some tank, because these are usually the harder ones. Okay, so same thing, I'm going to read the question. This tank is 1500 liters. There's a pump that's putting water into it, X liters per minute. And then they ask you in terms of X, number of minutes. So the total is 150. Every minute I put X. So to get how many minutes, I just take 1500, then divide by X. Done. Okay? So this is quite easy, right? This is a free mark. Right? After that, there's another pump B. And then this B is filling the water at X plus 50 liters. So same thing, it's still 1500 divided by X plus 50, because that is the so-called amount of water per minute. And this 2 is 1 mark each. It's a free mark. After that, number 3, pump A takes 30 seconds longer than pump B. And then get an equation. So see that it's similar to the speed time one, because somebody is faster, somebody is slower, and the time difference is 30 seconds. Okay, so in the thinking portion, A is longer because they say A takes longer, right? So A, which is the slower one, minus B is equal to 30 seconds. Now be careful, 30 seconds. You notice that everything here so far is minutes. So this cannot be seconds. I need to change it to minutes, which is half a minute. So the plan here is A minus B equal to half a minute. So A minus B equal to half a minute. And you notice it's again fractional algebra. So same thing, these two I'm going to combine, equal to half. I simplify a little bit before I cross multiply. I expand all the brackets, shift one side, as shown. So after this, you need to solve this, right? So same thing, ABC, take out, press calculator, and again I give the longer one before I round off to 2 decimal place, just like the question asked for. Okay, so after that I'm done. So if you look at the last part of the question, the time taken for pump B. So pump B will be this one, right? So it's 1005, X plus 50, X plus 50. And again, I throw away the negative one. I can be using negative for this context. So like that. And my answer eventually is 3-point-something minutes. But you notice they want minutes and seconds and nearest second. So from here, 3-point-something minutes is obviously going to be 3 minutes, right? So I'm going to take the 0.6 something separately. And this number I'm going to times 60 to get seconds. And then from here I'm going to round off to the nearest minute, which is 38. So 3 minutes 38 seconds, round off to the nearest second. So you see that there are many traps here. Where are the traps? Here. 30 seconds, you need to change to minutes yourself. Then from here, the answer is minutes, but you need to learn how to convert these minutes into minutes and seconds. So there's a lot of fringe things that you must know other than doing this fractional algebra. So hope you've learned something. Thank you and bye-bye.